Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tarun again, back with another fitness video. So I talk about a lot of things, which some people like it, some people would hate it. Hate it why? Because obviously they haven't been talked about in the past, and nobody has the balls to talk about them in public. But I want to do it because I feel the time has come, the time is right for us to know everything that happens in the fitness industry, be it the good side and the bad side, or the dark side. So that is exactly what I do. I reveal those deep, dark fitness secrets for you. So what is the secret that I'm revealing today? Somebody asked me this question. They said, Tarun, you always talk about, the steroid use and abuse in athletes and models and fitness models, bodybuilders. We agree. But there is something called a drug test, which every athlete has to pass before competing for that competition. And here's my response to that. You're right. There is a drug test that every athlete has to go through. And that drug test is usually, the athlete has to pee. But I think it's a fucking joke. It's just a fucking eyewash. I mean, look at Mr. Olympia for that matter. Mr. Olympia, the biggest stage of bodybuilding. They also have a drug test. Can you imagine this? And looking at them and telling them that, it's like Phil Heath coming up and telling all of us that, he's natural, he's a natty. It's like a big Ramy telling the whole world that, he has never taken steroids in his life. And, over 350 pounds of pure muscle that he had in last Mr. Olympia. So it's an eyewash. If at that level, drug test is a joke, you can imagine in India. India mein to bodybuilding ki halat hi bahut kharab hai yaar. Plus, let me just take you through the condition of Indian bodybuilding in India. So I have a lot of friends in the Indian bodybuilding industry. These friends are my guys, who actually compete on and off, in different weight categories from 80 kilos or 100 kilos and above. You'll be surprised. To prepare for these bodybuilding event, they need usually 3 months, 4 months, and they spend over 6 to 7 lakhs depending on the preparation and the condition they're in. What is the prize money for Indian bodybuilding competition? I'll tell you the maximum is about between 50,000 to 1 lakh. Maximum. Minimum that Mr. Delhi YMCA shit like that, 10,000, 15,000. Or worse, a box of protein. But still, there's so much of passion in these, Indian bodybuilders. They still compete at it, so I respect that. But what I don't like about these Indian bodybuilders, and I have a candid opinion, I have a candid say, and the time has come for us to compare. A lot of people, you must be wondering that, because if you are watching this video, chances are that you also see a lot of international YouTube videos, and you would immediately compare an Indian bodybuilder versus an international bodybuilder, or an Indian athlete versus an international athlete. Often wondering, why can't we look like that? हम उनके जैसे क्यों नहीं लग सकते यार? Why can't we produce an international athlete who looks just like them, or at least somewhat closer? The reason is very simple, and I've talked about this in my previous videos also. There is no support to these bodybuilders. A, from the government. 2, they don't have the fucking knowledge, yaar. Really, Indian bodybuilders, I'll give you an example. Now, the Indian bodybuilding scene as such, it's not an educated scene. And and how many times... Okay, let's talk about the Indian bodybuilding scene and talk more about as a career option. How many of you actually want to take fitness as your career? Like, if some of you are in college, or some of you are working professional. If you're working professional, how many times did you actually think that, what, I'm going to be a fitness trainer, or I would want to make a mark in the fitness industry? Did you ever think about it? Probably not. Did parents actually encourage their kids ki bete padhai kar lo, we'll make you go through these training programs on physical education so that you could become India's top fitness trainers? No. There is no support. Or on the contrary, let me give you another example. Do you actually know top 3 Indian colleges which provide physical education as in bachelor's degree? There are, but you probably would not have any idea. I mean, even I didn't know about it before I googled it and I spoke with few people a few years back. So when there is no infrastructure to help these guys, so where can they get the knowledge? They're obviously going to be no knowledge, Whatever knowledge these bodybuilders have, it's through these so-called gurujis. These gurujis or all these people of the world, who would probably, have competed in the past and, preparing guys, bodybuilders. And what these gurujis do is they never tell you anything. There is a tradition, Hari Guruji, please help me. Acha, tu kal se aajiyo mere gym aajiyo. And in that gym, that guy will join. After joining, about a week, 10 days, he will have to go through that whole rigmarole cycle, steroid cycle, whatever it is, and Guruji usko तैयार कर देंगे. So Guruji जैसे उसको तैयार कर देंगे, that guy will compete for a bodybuilding event. After competing for a bodybuilding event, he will become a pro. अब pro का मतलब है Indian bodybuilding pro का मतलब है कि भाई वो he'll have his own gym, देसी gym. He'll have his own, he'll become a supplement retailer जो अपने और चेले बनाएगा. Like he'll become Guruji's right hand, wherein he'll further groom people, groom kids to become like him. He'll prepare people for so that they could compete, and in return, in the bargain, he'll make money out of them. So that's the whole cycle. Guruji एक को तैयार करेंगे, वो दूसरा तीसरे को, तीसरा चौथे को, ऐसे ये cycle चलता आ रहा है from the last, I don't know, God knows many years. And nobody, can you imagine? Nobody fucking share their secrets. You ask any Guruji, how can I get a body? Trust me, nobody will tell you that. I have even heard of stories from guys, my friends, telling me that they went to these so-called fitness experts and Gurujis of the world. They just injected stuff up their ass, but they never told them the sort. What exactly are we injecting? So that they don't want this secret to be out in the open. Crazy, isn't it? So that's the level of education in the industry. So I was talking about drug tests. So fuck the drug test, man. When there are hardly any people know anything about drugs in India, what are you going to do with those drug tests? What will that drug test have? It'll have some 10, 15, 20 banned substances, and those banned substances should not be found in your blood. Yeah, and you know how Indian education system is in terms of sports. Nobody gives a damn, man. And you can always say, obviously, and you know how athletes bypass these tests? How they flush out all the salt from their bodies? They fucking drink shitload of beer. This is like a secret amongst all the bodybuilders that you should have so much of beer and so much of fluid intake that you should pee everything out. And beer being the most preferred source. Again, this is something that I've heard from bodybuilders. I'm sure there are many other ways to beat around that drug test, which is more of a joke. But this is something more of an inside story. I could be wrong here, but I've seen the guy doing it. And I always wondered, he has a competition in few weeks. He's fucking drinking beer. Won't that affect his gains? But I never knew that he was actually drinking beer to take out all that salt from his body. Okay? So, that's how naive I was. And a few years back, I thought I should share that knowledge with you. Whatever little trade secrets that these apparently bodybuilders have. So, when you have such people, when you have this lack of education, when you have so many people injecting stuff without actually they knowing what exactly they're injecting, and the whole chain of bodybuilders, wherein one is preparing the other is preparing the second, how you expect this industry to grow? It's never going to grow. It's just going to be like that. So how many times, just imagine if you were to tell your mom or dad that, hey, I want to be a bodybuilder. He'll fucking slap your face and say, "Chutiya hai kya? You really want to be a bodybuilder? Are you a dud? Are you out of your mind?" Trust me, that's going to be their reaction. I don't blame them. This is exactly how the reaction would be. Are you a pehlwan? Are you crazy? That is because of that education system. So the moment you bring in education, the moment you have more institutes, the moment you have people talking about more education in the fitness industry, you'll see that change. I'm trying to help bring that change, bring in more education into the system by informing all you folks that, hey, you should know about these things. That is exactly why I do these videos. So that you're informed about these things. You know exactly what's going on. So I hope these tiny bits of information help you folks here and there, and you get some perspective on the Indian bodybuilding industry. I'll keep sharing such anecdotes with you in future as well, for you to kind of get a glimpse in what goes on here. So any one of you have any questions around this, feel free to reach out to me either on my YouTube channel, Facebook channel, or on my WhatsApp. If I haven't been able to add you on my WhatsApp, is because I don't have an empty slot. The moment it gets empty, I'll definitely add you up. So until we meet again, see you.